Hello, it's Saturday morning and we're about to head to Joann's to get some fabric because I want to make me and the girls matching outfits for my birthday. I went to the mall yesterday with my mom and I found some matching dresses for Winnie and Willie, but it was going to be $90 just to get them dresses, and I'm pretty sure that I can make us all matching outfits for at least like half the cost. So we're gonna go and see what we can find. I already have patterns picked out for what I want to make. I just have to hopefully find the right kind of fabric. But I want to show you that yesterday I cast on my orange beanie again. And I'm a little nervous because once again I'm not following my own pattern. I really liked how this knit up in stockinette, and so I did a super long 2x2 brim that I can fold up, and then I'm gonna do the top of it in stockinette, and hopefully it looks okay. I had quite a bit of hand spun left from this beanie, so I started off with that, used it all, and now I am knitting straight from the beanie. Little ramen noodle yarn.
Ew.
I know, but there we are. We're gonna go and hopefully I can get fabric, get it washed and everything, and then tonight I can make something, and then maybe tomorrow morning I can make something. So fingers crossed. Hello, we're back from Joann's. I changed my shirt. I was wearing my Paul Klee sweater, my Paul Klee tee by Midori Hirose that I had knit out of my own hand spun, and even though it's just a t-shirt, it is extremely warm and I was sweating already, and I also always sweat when I sew. But it was an extremely successful trip to Joann's. I was really not thinking we were gonna find anything. The past few times that I've been, I haven't found any fabric that I was really excited about, but I loved so much stuff, and we went on the perfect weekend because they were having a huge sale. I'm gonna show you what I got real quick before I go and throw it in the washer. I got, I think, 3 yards of this knit fabric. It's upside down. I'm gonna do, I think, like summer tanks and matching shorts for some of us. I don't know, I got 3 yards, so I'd have enough. I kinda wanna make pants out of this, but I should do shorts. I got 2 yards of this cotton fabric. This is kind of exactly what I wanted. I wanted some kind of green patterned fabric. I was hoping for green gingham. They didn't have any, so I went with this. I got 4 yards of this linen. This is what I'm gonna make our matching outfits out of. So it's like a light color with leaves on them. I'm gonna tell you exactly how much that cost. Just kidding, I put the receipt somewhere. I think it was about $35 for 4 yards of this 100% linen fabric. And if you recall, I was saying that getting the 2 girls matching dresses at the mall yesterday would have been $90, and so I got way more fabric than I need for $35. I got 4 yards of this brown linen. This is quite a heavyweight linen, and I'm going to, I believe, make my Renaissance skirt out of this, and then we'll see what we have left. Maybe I'll do something for one of the other kids, but I'm gonna throw some of this in the washer real quick so that I can start sewing tonight once the kids go to bed. We also got some wood at Joann's because Scott is going to make me a lazy Kate. I have one already, but with my e-spinner, the bobbins are quite large and they don't fit as well on that one, and I can't fit 3 bobbins on it, so he's gonna make me one so that I can do a 3-ply for my next spin. So I don't want to do a chain ply. Okay, that's everything. Obviously, I also got thread to match all of these fabrics, but the linen was on sale for $10 a yard, and it's originally $21.99 a yard. And then there was also additional coupons that I used on it. So I'm just really stoked, really excited, and very inspired to get sewing. Hello, my phone is about to die, so we have to make this quick. Father's talking with me. March 3rd, Tiny Human Knits did a release for her new Lord of the Rings collection. Stripey, this doesn't make any sense. March 3rd, Tiny Human Knits put out a new colorway for her Lord of the Rings self-striping yarn she's doing. And she also was doing a mystery second skein set where you got 4 colorways for a ridiculous price. And it just came in the mail today. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I'm excited. Okay, so for starters, I got this for Scott. He doesn't know I got this. He's sitting right there. He really wanted this colorway.
Nice.
I got the seconds of it, so it's slightly off from the actual one, but this is the King of the Golden Hall. Got 50-gram sock set. Wow, these are so pretty. Okay, so these are the 4 mystery ones. This one's my favorite. It's yellows and browns. Can you show them this one? I also love this one. It's greens. And then these 2. So I'm gonna keep 2 and I'm gonna give 2 away. I think these are the 2 that I'm going to be giving. One is for my mom. One is for one of my friends. So these are so pretty. We love self-striping yarn. We love it. We love it. Okay. Can you hold all of them up here so we can see? All of them? You got 2? Okay. Oh, I don't know. Aren't they lovely? Wow! I love yarn. I love stripes. Okay. Bye.
Bye. Daddy, that's apple.
What is that?
My own.
What do you have? A grasshopper.
Just eat.
Is he eating a sock?
Eating. 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 Eating.
Eating?
Eating.
He's eating everything?
Eating.
The book? My goodness gracious. Oh, that was nice of you. Love you.
You. Mini and
Yeah.
mini and
Oh, really? Hey.
red. That's apple for me. That's apple for me.
Oh, grasshopper's hopping. Bye. Good morning. It's birthday party day. It's Sunday, March 12th. I stayed up all night last night sewing. I was so tired and my back hurt so bad. It was an extreme experience, but we got it done. It's done. So let me talk about what I made us, and I will try to have pictures or footage of the girls' dresses. So I got this fabric from Joann's, as I showed you. Dang, the moment I set up my camera, here comes all my cats to be held. Hi, who are you? P. Hi, we have 3 black cats that just all look identical. And I can only tell which one's which by the collar that they wear. Hi, P. So I made myself the Jane dress pattern by Fiber Mood, and I hacked it to be a top. I have made this top twice before, and I usually made a size 12. That is not the size recommended for me. To get this really old, like Renaissance style shirt, you want to go up a few sizes. So I think that my bust recommendation is a size 8, but I made a size 14 this time. I went up a size because I wanted it to be even bigger and more dramatic, and I'm really happy with that choice. I was a little nervous because if you like oversized clothes, you may know that there is a point, like you have, it's a very delicate balance to have something oversized, because if you don't get it big enough, you just kind of look It's a very unflattering look. If you get it too big, it looks like you're drowning. There's just a delicate balance, and I was worried this was going to be too much, but this is exactly the fit I wanted. I'm super happy. Now, what I will say, if you plan to make this, it's a super easy pattern. It's so simple. Raglan sleeves, just a little bit of gathering. It's a really simple, beautiful pattern, but the instructions absolutely suck. The cutting instructions suck because usually when you print out a pattern, it tells you on each pattern piece what the piece is and how many to cut out. It doesn't do that. You have to go onto their website and pull everything up for the cutting instructions, and then the actual written instructions are quite lacking, I think. So I don't necessarily love the written instructions, but I do love the pattern I get out of it. The only mod that I forgot to make is, this baby is pooping so much over there, she's laying on the couch. The only problem I have is that where this hits, it's literally right under my elbows, and since it's a gathered, like, tight sleeve, my elbows do get stuck. And so I really need to make the mental note to just either make it a little bit longer or a little bit shorter the next time I make this pattern, which will probably be very soon. But I am really happy with it, and I think it looks great in classic under overalls, which, as you may know, is pretty much all I wear. Now, the girls' dresses, I had a few patterns picked out, and we ran into a bit of an error with that because the other day I had done all the calculations for how much yardage I would need to make all three of us matching outfits. And then I changed the dress pattern I was doing for the girls, which means that they needed a lot more yardage, and I didn't put that into consideration when I went and bought the fabric because I just forgot. So we were cutting it super close. Like, I almost did not have enough to cut out my top. But we've got it all done. It's just a little bit cropped, it's how I wanted it. I was considering making myself a dress. Did not have enough fabric for that. Obviously, and honestly, it's fine because I don't wear dresses. I just wanted a dress to match theirs. But for the girls, I did, let's see if you can see it because it's white. I did this dress. It's the Daphne dress by Tiny Folk Patterns on Etsy, and obviously it has a very similar silhouette to this. It's also raglan and it has puffy sleeves. This is a dress, and then also instead of having it come into one, it kind of has elastic threaded through it and flares out at the sleeves. So for Winnie, I did a 5'6". She'll be 4 in like 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks. But she's quite large, but she's very short. Like, she wears a 5 or a 6 in pants, but she's a tiny little gal height-wise. She's a lot like me. And so this dress ended up huge. This is what happens with sewing quite often, is that I tend to do it when the kids are sleeping, and then they wake up, I finish something, and I have to go back and make adjustments, which is fine. That's just how it has to happen, especially since Winnie is short. I usually have to shorten things. It ended up quite big. The arms were like past her hands, which I was actually fine with because I didn't love the sleeve look. So what I did was I cut like 4 inches off of each sleeve, and I didn't do the elastic this time, and I just did the exact same mod that I did the mod that would have made the sleeve look like this. And to do that, I just took some fabric and like measured her wrist, adding about 1 inch for to tuck in so it's a nice neat seam, and making sure it would be comfortable. And then I just gathered the sleeves and did the same. Willie is here with me. I will show you her dress. I made Willie a size 0 to 3 months. She is 6.5 weeks old. And this dress is freaking huge, which again, I have noticed this problem with a lot of kids sewing patterns, is that the older sizes tend to fit really well. Like, usually Winnie fits pretty solid in a 5 to 6 if I'm sewing her something. But baby patterns are just gigantic. I picked this specific dress pattern because it had a full size range so they could match, whereas a lot of patterns usually don't start till size 1. But anyways, this is huge. I don't know what 3-month-old could fit in this, let alone a newborn, because it says 0 to 3. And Willie, like, my kids are not tiny. They've never been tiny. So here we go. This is gonna fit her for so long, which is fine. It's linen, so it'll be nice for the summer. You can see I didn't change her sleeves at all. I left them with the elastic and some extra poof. And isn't she pretty? We match, Willie. Isn't that cute, sweet one? Yeah, and it's pretty long. Oh my goodness, excuse you, dear. There it is. This is gonna fit her for so long, which I'm excited about. I love it. Okay, here we go. dresses are done. That was so much work. Scott starts work at about 2:30. Oh, she's leaking through her diaper. I gotta change that before she gets poop on her dress. But Scott starts work at about 2:30 in the afternoon. So I had gone shopping for fabric in the morning, and then I spent the rest of the morning preparing everything. So I cut out all the patterns, got my fabric washed and prepped, and I even threaded my sewing machine so that once Scott got off work and the kids were in bed, I could just zoom, and I did. It took me about an hour and a half, 2 hours to make Winnie's because it was the first one that I made, and so figuring out the elastic was a little bit more complicated.
We need to do something to that.
Oh, what, because it gets stuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Willie's took like exactly an hour, and mine took about an hour as well. I'm gonna go change this baby who's leaking on me. Say bye.
Oh.
Are you ready, kids? You're supposed to say aye, aye, Captain. All right, go for it. Yay!
Damn.
You're gonna do it again? All right.
No, me. No, Mario, me.
Oh. Can I see it?
No, no, Mario, bow.
Ready, set, go!
No, go.
Oh. About to head out. It's almost party time. I wanted to show you a few things first. So the other day I plied yarn and got it all set, washed, dried. I wanted to show it to you because I'm giving one of the skeins away. It's the llama, merino, and bamboo blend. It's a little bit damp still, but hardly. I spun this to about a worsted weight, and this one I left really neppy. Okay, sometimes when you do like tweedy bits, it's really hard to spin those to the same consistency as the other bits of yarn. And occasionally I will kind of like pick through them to make it look as neat as possible. I didn't want to do that this time. I wanted the colors to really have their moment. So it is quite like neppy. Really beautiful. It's about a worsted weight, and I have all the yardage and specs. I just finished filling out my spinning notes with this. This is going to be a gift. I'm just not giving it away right this moment. I really enjoyed spinning llama. I'm just wondering if I maybe have a bit of a sensitivity to it. It's hard to tell sometimes because I'm just a naturally like sensitive person. When I get stressed out, my face breaks out into like kind of hives, mainly on my chin. And I was noticing that I was having some of that, but I didn't know if it was this fiber or if it was just me being a stressed out person. So I'm taking my great grandma's socks with me that I finished. Hopefully she's coming. If she's not, I will give them to my grandma to give to her. And then I also finished this skein of 100% merino. I got this at a yarn shop in Tucson, and I am giving this to my aunt. It's 100% merino, 118 grams, about 200 yards, spun worsted weight, and I just took some construction paper and put it on the label. Unfortunately, this is not like the nicest yarn I've ever spun. I don't know why this yarn was just not vibing with me, but it's still really pretty and it'll still make something beautiful. So I'm giving this to my aunt. I'm also taking these mini skeins to my cousin because when I went to Tucson to the yarn stores there, they came with us, and my cousin picked out some pink sock yarn. She hasn't started it yet, so I was thinking I would give these to her to make some nice heels, toes, cuffs, or like stripes, because I think that she had picked a brighter pink, and these will look really lovely. This is the mini from Friday from Farmer Daughter's Fibers February Sock Squad set that I got, and this is a mini from Dragon Horde Yarns. My cousin's favorite colors are pink and purple, and then I'm going to be working on my hat if I'm spending any time sitting while we're there, which I imagine I will be because Willie doesn't like to be put down. Okay, I think that's everything. 2 finished handspun projects. I just have one more to ply, and then all of my bobbins will be empty and I can start on my next big spin, which I'm very excited about. Okay. That's a cake. No way.
This is
A loaf?
maybe it's a banana pumpkin loaf. These are peanut butter chocolate brownies, oatmeal chocolate chip, matcha dark chocolate. For, I don't know who. Snickerdoodles, a funfetti.
Is that just chocolate cake?
I think so. No, it's vanilla cake with chocolate frosting. And then this is funfetti, and I think this one has raspberry jam.
Was I wearing this shirt in another clip I did? It's a possibility. I apologize if you hear dogs barking. Our neighbors have the most ridiculous dogs you've ever heard. And also Willie is on the couch right there looking out the window. She's definitely awake, so I might have to grab her in a second. But hello! Today's my birthday. And it did not go as planned. Because Wilder is pretty sick. He has a fever of like 103.6 and he has not been vibing today. He was fine in the morning, and then as the day progressed, it was a big no from him. Scott just took him out on a walk just to try to cool him down a little bit. It's really nice outside, and he's kind of been like curled up on my chest all day, and that just elevates his fever. So Scott's taking him on a little bit of a walk, and I wanted to take this time to end this video and kind of show you the things that I received for my birthday. It's gonna be quite acquisition heavy. I apologize if that's not your thing, but I wanted to share because I'm really excited about all this stuff. So the first thing, I, as you know, love handmade things, and I asked my mom to make me a granny square bag for my birthday, and here it is. I'm gonna change out this strap she made me because it's made out of yarn, and my cats have already been playing with it, so I don't want them to like snag the actual bag, so I'm gonna switch this out to like an actual kind of like rope cord that you get at the craft store. But this is it. Isn't that so beautiful? Ooh, I'm so excited about it. This is the perfect size bag. A lot of times it's just me and the baby leaving the house to run a quick errand or to go get a like coffee with my mom or something. So I don't like to take a big backpack. So this will just hold like some diapers, wipes, and then my wallet and a knitting project for like the car and stuff. And these are the perfect colors. This is made out of just all Hobby Lobby cotton. And I'm really excited about it. It looks so cute. I think I'm gonna take this to the Renaissance Festival and it'll look great. My mom also got me the Throne of Glass box set. This is an incredible series. If you haven't read it, or if you've read A Court of Thorns and Roses by the same author, Sarah J. Maas, this series is incredible. One of my friends is listening to it, and then my husband is listening to it as well, and they've just been texting me updates, and it's so good. I listened to this series on audiobook. Let me grab Lily real quick. On audio, it takes me like a week to 2 weeks to finish like one of the smaller books. But the narrator, Elizabeth Evans, is incredible. She's one of my favorite narrators. I really, really love her voice. That sounds weird to say, but my mom got me the books so I can now reread through the books, and she's gonna read them as well, which I'm excited because I think she'll really love this series. But I wanted to show you the books because some of my other birthday presents are inspired by this book series. So I got a lot of the same yarn dyers for my birthday. This birthday was sponsored by Tiny Human Knits and Dragon Horde Yarns because that's all that my husband got for me. So he got me the Badass Woman of Terracin mini set from Dragon Horde Yarns. This is an 8515 merino nylon, and the colors are Nestrin, Aylin, Lysandra, Caltane, Astrin, and Sorrel. And then he also got me the Astrin main skein. This is not the same base though. This is 7525. It's her myth fingering. And I'm going to make a sweater out of this, and it's going to be my Throne of Glass sweater, and it's going to be my favorite thing ever, and I'm so excited about it. He also got me the Lord of the Rings collection for February from Tiny Human Knits, and this is They're Taking the Hobbits to Isengard, and I'm really excited about this. I love these colors. He also got me some little needle stoppers. My camera is dying, so I have to hurry through this. That's a bummer. he got me some needle stoppers. These ones are acorns, and then he got me some sheeps as well. This is from Swallow's Nest Handmade on Etsy. And then I don't know where the sheep are from. But this little sheep needle stoppers, I had never had needle stoppers before until like 5 months ago. And they're amazing. Why did I never have them before? And so now I'm happy that I have more options to use. These are all pretty dark colors, like very low contrast. And so I picked up some white yarn today at the yarn store to put with it. This actually isn't white, this is definitely cream. This is from my local yarn store in Tempe. It's called Tempe Yarn. My mother works there. And this is just a cream colored yarn. I have bare yarn, but because these are all dark colors, on the off chance of them bleeding, I've had bad luck with bare yarn absorbing so much dye, and so I got a like lightly dyed cream color yarn so that it's not as extreme. And this is a 80% merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon, just a fingering weight. So like I said, my mother works at the yarn store, so she took me there this morning to pick out some yarn. I got 3 skeins of this. This is just an amazing color. It's a very grello color that I love so much. This is Cascade Yarns Hampton, which is cotton and linen, and this is the color Antique Moss. This is the color I am so into right now. Green has been my favorite color since I was 7, and I'm turning 27 today, so for 20 years, green has been my favorite color, and it's slowly changed greens over the last 2 decades, and this is my green right now. A very yellow green, like chartreusey. Ooh, I love it. And then I also wanted some fiber to spin. So this is from Farm at the End of the Road. It's a local farm here in Arizona. I believe they're based in Queen Creek. Yeah, Queen Creek, AZ Tunis. I got a fleece from there for my birthday last year, and she sells most of her fiber at the Tempe Yarn store. And I got a raw model CDM. Can you see that? It's like a very nice brown color. I have such trust issues ordering brown anything online because it always comes like a very gray brown. And I don't want a gray brown, I want a nice normal brown, which is what this is. I'm sorry the lighting is so dodgy. The sun is setting right now. But I got 3 of these, and I am going to do a 3-ply, and I believe I'm going to use it to make a shawl, which I'm really excited for. These are 4 ounces each. Yeah, very excited. And then the last thing my mother got me is a cord for my Chagu needles because my cats ate one of these and I've been seriously needing extra cords. I'm speeding through this. I'm sorry, I don't have my camera tonight because the last thing I have to show you is so special. This is like one of the most special gifts. I have 2 more things to show you. I lied, but the last thing I have to show you is one of the most special gifts I've ever received. I am so like, I wanted to scream when I opened this present from my aunt. It's just incredible. So she quilted me pillows. Here's the first one. It's a mushroom. It's a mushroom. Ah, another mushroom. Aren't these amazing? She did such a good job on this. Oh my goodness, I can't even handle it. And the funny thing is that this is like very much my color palette. Like I love that yellow. And then these are my husband's color palette. Everything he does, he wants it to be like orange and teal. And so he said this is his pillow. And this is my pillow. And they go on our bed. And they match with my bed perfectly. I just can't even tell you. I have been gushing over those for the last 24 hours because they are so amazing. Aren't they, Willie? Anyways, I have one more thing to show you. I went to the antique store this morning. And I'm kind of bummed. I went to one that I used to love. It used to be my favorite antique store. I would go there literally weekly. And they moved locations. And they moved locations again. And every time they've moved, they've gotten worse and worse. And I still, like, they still had good stuff, but it wasn't really my kind of antiques. I usually go looking for baskets or, like, Crocs. Things of that nature. And they had pretty much none of that. They didn't have a single Longaberger basket. Like, what the heck? What kind of antique store doesn't have any baskets? It's okay. But I did get some really great records, which totally made my day because I've mentioned that we listen to records for hours every single day. And I wanted to show you like the kind of records we listen to. So this is a classic example. This is a Disneyland record. That's the brand. Disneyland Records. And they have these, which are see, hear, and read. And so there is a record in there. But they also have the books with pictures, and it tells you when to turn the page. So these are just really incredible. We have so many. We have a fat collection of these. And the kids absolutely adore them. It's like listening to an audiobook, but it's, I don't know, it's literally magical. I listen to them all the time. I have a big one that's Winnie the Pooh that I got years ago, and we have listened to that record so many times. I also got this one, which is Pop Goes the Weasel, and it has more than that on it, and other nursery rhymes. I got the Three Little Pigs. This one isn't the story. This is just them singing some songs. I have been on the hunt for the See, Hear, and Read Three Little Pigs book, Three Little Pigs record, because I have it and I've seen it, but they're always quite expensive. And a lot of the people that sell records on like eBay or Etsy, they resell them. They don't have record players, so they put on there, you know, like, I can't play it to see if it works, and I just get a little nervous at the thought of spending that much money on a record that I'm not looking at and inspecting myself. There are some of them that sellers that are very detailed, and they tell you, hey, at this spot there's a skip or something. But when they don't have any details on it, I get a little nervous purchasing it. So those are the kind of records that we listen to most of the day. But then if me or Scott get the records player, these are the kind of ones I put on. These are some of the ones I got today. So this is the Fiddler on the Roof. Yeah, I love Fiddler on the Roof. About once a year I get this really strong, intense need to watch Fiddler on the Roof. I have to. Then I also got Annie. This is obviously newer than this one, isn't vintage, but my kids love Annie. Oh, found one more. Humpty Dumpty and Other Mother Goose rhymes. And then I got My Fair Lady with Julie Andrews, because she was the one that did the original Broadway. It was not Audrey Hepburn, but this one, it tells you recorded in London, February 1st, 1959. That's so cool. These are my favorite kind. My absolute favorite record I have is the Harvey Girls musical, which has Judy Garland, and then I also have Funny Girl with Barbara, and there was a Yentl record today at the antique store, but it was just one of the songs. And if it was Papa Can You Hear Me, I would have bought it, like, hands down, but it wasn't, so I skipped it because I'd rather just get one that plays all the songs. And that's everything that I have to show you for the moment. This wasn't a very interesting video. This is mainly just birthday acquisitions sponsored by Striping Yarn and Dragon Horde Yarns. But I did finish my hand-spun hat. I think I'm very excited about it. Having reknit it twice in the same month, I think we've got it. I think I'm happy. It's drying. I finished it last night, and I will show it to you next time. I think that we're going to have a lot of spinning talk in the next video. And I think I'm going to try to make a skirt for the Renaissance Festival, but we'll see. We're just going to see we're just going to have to see how Wilder is doing. If I'll have time to make that before we go, because today's Monday, we're going on Sunday. So yeah, that's everything. I freaking love these pillows. They're incredible. See you next time, guys.